Game number 1 between NICOV and Valas begins. NICOV is going to be playing the blue color on the left hand side as the Mongols, which will give him 40% faster working hunters, 30% extra HP on light cavalry, Hazard, and step launch line units. In addition to 25% faster attacking cavalry archer units, we'll see for Mongols 2 extra line of sight on Scala units. Valas with the Italians will instead get a 15% discount to go up to the next stage. A 15% discount to go for fishing ships. Gets 20% discount to go for gunpowder units. In addition to 33% cheaper university and dock upgrades. Now for the team bonus, finally, Italians will get access to condottieri from the barracks in the Imperial Age. And then on top of that, there we are. And on top of that, we're going to take a look at the map generation. Starting with NICOV. This is a map that doesn't really feature any main gold, any main player-specific goals. Instead, we are going to have two tile gold piles for each player. You can see over here, one's going to be towards the south for Mr. NICOV. The other one's going to be towards the north. Both of these are kind of side-ish resources. And both of these are going to be beyond what one would expect NICOV to consider for walling himself up over here, right? So if he goes for something like this, both these goals are going to be beyond his range. He does have one stone up in the north. He's got another stone on the left-hand side. If he goes for the walls like this, he should be able to secure this one. Not so much this one. He's going to need to go for, you know, greedier walls, kind of like this, probably. Taking a look at the map generation for Valas, the Finnish wonder kid. He will have instead one goal towards the south, which is pretty comparable to NICOV'S, but he does have another goal on the back, and this is a good one. This one is going to be pretty easy to secure. He just needs to go for some walls like this from here to here. He needs to make sure that this is actually close, right? And then something like this. Yeah, and that would be actually extremely cheap. He would be extremely safe. He would end up securing the main, well, not really the main, but one of the stones over here, one of the golds over there, and this is open actually, so he does need to close this up. But yeah, it's not going to be too pricey, right? And then he secures both these, and then he secures the berries as well, the wool lines. This is a very, very good map generation for Valas, especially compared to NICOV'S. Still need to steal that drawing idea from you. It's so cool. Well, you can do it. If you can do exclamation mark annotations, you can access the same piece of software that I use myself for the annotations. So yeah, it's open source. It's free. You can do it for sure. Yeah, I've always been very open about it. The PLH is coming up now. For NICOV. Valas. Yeah, Valas on the other hand is taking significantly longer. He is playing Italians. NICOV is going up on 18 population. This is very similar to so many instances of Mongols versus Italians that we have seen on this map already, where the Mongols are extremely fast at the PLH, so they are the first ones to get access to navy units, right? Galleys, fire galleys, whatever, so they can take the fishing ships down. And Italians, on the other hand, usually they fast castle into ward galley, into water control once again, but this time around, Valas is going for something that I have not seen yet, which is a standard feudal time with the Italians, and the Mongols will still be the first ones to get there. We have a second dock coming up for NICOV. Valas, so much. So a head start to the fuel age, a second dock for NICOV. This is going to put him in a very good position. He already has resources to queue 2, not quite, he needs 10 more gold, but he's going to have enough very soon to go for 2 fire galleys if he wanted to. But he can go for standard galleys, and the standard galleys are going to be a little bit cheaper for the gold, right? Only 30 compared to 45, so he's going for it. And what is Nika saying over here? Did I just throw a fishing ship under your tower? And Val says no. I don't think I saw this. Just going to go back and take a look at this. Oh, I think so. I think NICOV actually did. Oh my lord. Check this. What? Yep. Why not? And NICOV's like, huh. I thought I went for a third fishing ship. Rip. How long did it take for NICOV to realize? Well, it takes some time to also type the sentence, right? It's not a... Did I just throw a fishing ship under your tower? Well, yeah. Yeah, you did. No. Second dock's going down now for Valas and NICOV. NICOV's got the galleys coming out finally as Valas gets to the fuel H. NICOV already gets 2 galleys out. He's got the 3rd galley on the way. Fishing ships coming out. It's good to use 3 galleys. I would definitely prefer for NICOV to try and go for 4 instead. He had the wood. He only needed to cancel one of these fishing ships and delay the fishing ship production a little bit more. But if he had gone for 4 fishing ships, that would have put him in a much better position because he would have been able to come in with a little bit of a buffer to take the fishing ships down. It would have been easier for him to do so. And even if he lost one of the galleys, he would still have been able to take the rest of the fishing ships down, right? So now he's going to be on 3 instead, and Valas is already on 2. And Valas is going for 2 more. Meanwhile, NICOV, he's on 3. He's going for the 4th one. But it just feels to me like a little bit of a wasted opportunity for NICOV over here. Going for 4 right away would allow them to, yeah, fight this off much more easily and potentially just take all the fishing ships down. There we go. Still looking a little bit better for NICOV, just in terms of navy count. It's coming out on top though. In control. If better for Valas, would allow him still to come out on top. So that's going to be 1 for 1. Well done. NICOV does trade evenly. That's going to allow him to stay competitive over here. While Valas, on the other hand, yeah, Valas is struggling a little bit more. Oh, Valas is stealing the water buffaloes for NICOV. Well, that's gonna hurt. NICOV at the very least got 4 fishing ships over here. That should be enough for him to sustain villager production, but then he's got some hunters by the looks of it, right? Yeah, it seems like he's going and collecting the deer over here. All right. Yeah, and he's gonna try and go and get the water buffaloes back. It's kind of rough though. He's got this very low HP, so at most he'll be able to take the water buffaloes down and prevent the red player from taking them away. But it's not going to be the case though, is it? We see NICOV bringing the galleys over. But the water buffaloes have been converted. He does not make it on time with the galley. Too difficult. Too many things to pay attention to at once. And NICOV is going to just try and focus on water. But once again, Valas has done a better job at producing from the docks. He's got a few extra galleys already. So it seems to me like NICOV is going to get completely wiped out over here. Valas has not had the best run in the league so far. And this could actually be a little bit of a break for him, right? Because he's looking very strong. In game number 1, he's got more resources than NICOV. He's got the Italians as well, so he could potentially go up to the castle age significantly faster. He's got a larger military count as well. And there we go, Castle Ages indeed. On the way for Valas. He used the market as well to balance his economy, which was a little bit out of balance, of course. But yeah, despite doing that, he still retains a higher worker count. He still retains, sorry, a higher military count. And NICOV'S going for a few extra galleys. Valas, he's got extra galleys on the way. He's gonna try and make use of the sea tower. One fishing ships. Oh, that should have been an insta down from NICOV. He should have been able to lead the fishing ship now. Valas is getting the extra galleys out himself, trying to go after NICOV'S fishing economy. And NICOV is going to be up in the north, so Valas is kind of out of position over here. Here you go. That is not the best location for Valas to find himself in, though. This is a huge misstep for the red player. He's got a one fishing ship down, and he's losing his entire navy for a single fish. That was atrocious unit control for Valas. Why would he ever try and take an engagement underneath the sea tower for NICOV? You know, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the sea towers already come equipped with murder holes. I remember from seeing one of the games earlier, I think I saw the sea tower actually target units directly underneath it, but I am not 100% sure. But that was awful, awful for Valas. There is no other way to put it. On the right hand side, there's a second TC, on the left hand side, there's a third TC, so I guess he'll be able to catch up, right? At the very least, potentially get ahead in work count in the future as well, but NICOV'S put himself in a fantastic spot. Should be the one to get full water control over here, which will allow him to go for extra fishing ships. Once he gets to the castle age, he can go for extra TCs as well. Oh, you're right, you're right. This is going to tell us, yeah, there is no minimum range for the sea tower, so thank you for the tip. Yeah, I didn't remember right now that it shows the minimum range as well. That is a good call, thank you. There we are. Fantastic. Beautiful. So NICOV should get full water control. The tower shoots 4 arrows? Yes. Shoots additional projectiles. Was NICOV getting a village down over here, losing the scout because of it. Has overall managed to get the most damage done between the villager going down over here and all the fishing ships he was able to get from Valas. So yeah, there is definitely some catching up for Valas still to do, despite having 2 additional TCs. He still finds himself 2 villages behind. And NICOV is going for fishing ships. He's going for a second TC now as well. So it doesn't seem to me like, despite the head start to the extra TCs from Valas, that he'll be able to get ahead particularly soon. Especially as NICOV'S going for the third TC himself. That was pretty bad though from Valas. He was in a position to, you know, get to the castle age earlier. He could have gone for War Galley and cleaned up NICOV, pushed him away of water, and that was pretty bad. But yeah, sea towers, they do shoot additional projectiles, the version that we see on this map anyway, and they have bonus damage. So it's good. And Valas is trying to, honestly, just trying to survive at this stage. He's got to realize NICOV'S quite clearly going for fishing ships himself, so the head start to the TCs is not really guaranteeing Valas to get ahead. And as a matter of fact, now that the TCs are up for both these players and the villager lead is there still for NICOV, it seems like from this point onwards, NICOV's just going to stay ahead, right? Yeah. Producing from pro buildings right now, 2 TCs and 2 docks. 9 bonus damage, 4 projectiles, no minimum range. And Valas fights under it. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. I think he probably was not aware that there was no minimum range on the tower. Like, I don't know if the description says that. Let me take a look. I'm going to take a look at the Wikipedia page for the tournament and the description for the map. Because the players should be familiar, but they should also have access to information, right? So let me take a look. Shoals. Well, there is one page for shoals for the map, right? But there are going to be different variants. I don't know if the version of shoals, the original version, also had no minimum range, or if it's just this version. Anyway. Oh, village is coming forward from Valas. What is it trying to do on the left-hand side? There's a monastery on the way for NICOV already. On the right-hand side, Nico's going to have a siege workshop. He's going to defend himself on the left. Right-hand side is going to try and put some pressure. Either that or he's drunk. Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway. Nice knife from NICOV, taking the monk down the south. And up in the northeast. Even the Hunts of Mongols can't take that. On the left-hand side, yeah, he was doing it. But in the end, he didn't really kill everything. And NICOV was not really relying on it too much anymore, right? It's got 9 fishing ships. It's got plenty of food workers around the TC already, so it doesn't matter too much. Yeah. NICOV is looking so much better than Valas right now. It seems like he's starting the Platinum League over here with a favorable score. At the very least, that's what it seems like right now. Of course, there are 3 games still to get through. This one's not over yet. He's looking good though, I'll tell you that much. This will be the first player to click out to the Imperial Age. NICOV on the other hand, he is on a larger eco count. But interestingly enough, if you take a look at the upgrades, Valas is the only player with heavy plow. And that is a nice defense for Valas, by the way. Valas is the only player with heavy plow. Valas is the only player with wheelbarrow. And the gather economy time is looking better for the red player, despite the fact that he is behind by 8 workers compared to NICOV. And the first player to the Imperial Age is going to be huge for Valas as well. He's trying to get the walls on the left-hand side. And if he can finish the walls up over here and secure the gold, then he can just go for 1 castle, which he's going to have stone for very soon on the right-hand side. Potentially start trimming this one down from NICOV before the blue player gets a chance of going for much of anything from this one. NICOV playing with Mongols, as he wouldn't really want to make a play for Manglebay because of being against Italians and the possibility of Genoese crossbows for Valas. So it's gonna be rough for NICOV and Valas. Valas should be in a good spot right now still. Which is remarkable, right? It's unbelievable. How is Valas in a better position when he's been on the lower village count for the majority of the game? He's been on the losing end of the military trades. Yeah, it's just a discount. We go up to the next stage, a discount. University, dock upgrades. Although he's not really used that too much. For instance, he's gone for ballistics, but NICOV has not gone for ballistics, so Valas still ended up spending more resources than NICOV over there, but it's going to be a combination of the discounts that the Italians get and, of course, the better eco upgrades. As NICOV is going for wheelbarrow, 103 workers into the game, and Valas is already going for handcart. The red player gets to the Imperial Age, and he's gotten the castle up, so we're gonna see a trebuchet come out right away. He knows exactly what NICOV is going for. He knows exactly where NICOV is. Yeah, and very soon we'll see NICOV's fortification under siege. Yeah, and the manual trade was good. He released all the pressure, right? Nicov, on the other hand, without being able to push anymore, was yeah, never gonna be able to prevent Valas from clicking up. However, I gotta wonder if Valas, given the position of the castle over here, Valas had tried to go for a castle himself, he probably would have been able to take the mountains down anyway, or he would have been able to distract Nicov enough to take the mountains down with a mantle of his own as well. So I think if he hadn't taken the 2 mountains over there, was probably going to delay that by about 30 seconds, but maybe not by too much more. Maybe 1 minute perhaps. Delay taking the mountains from Nicov down, that is. You barely just here for Nicov. He's going for Onager against the Italians with 20% cheaper gunpowder units. I don't know about that, man. And we already have chemistry for Valas, so he can go for bombard cannons if he wants to. Nicov's got so much bank. He had before going for Onagers. Now, and he's still looking good, but he's saving, right? He needs to go for upgrades. You see drills coming in for Nicov. Trebuchets. Valas, on the other hand, would say probably a comparable economy. As to trebuchets, has bombard cannons coming out. A third trebuchet actually is here. I didn't see it. He should be able to take the castle down, right? Definitely. Here we go, the castle should crumble in the next volley, and the castle goes down. Yes, sir. Valas is holding on for the time being. The Onagers are here, though. 1 trebuchet goes down. Meanwhile, bombard cannons here from Valas as well, and getting drills allows Nicov to control the units a little bit better, as the units are significantly faster over here. He's got to pay attention, though, to them. And 1 Onager goes down. 1 trebuchet goes down for Nicov and Valas, respectively. But Valas is still looking very good over here. Might be able to get the Onagers, might be able to get trebuchets. The 1 trebuchet remaining from Nicov, and that's going to leave the Bull player on no defensive units anymore, right? Yeah. That trebuchet should be going down. Not yet. But here comes Valas. 26 to 8 military units. Over 3 times the military count compared to Nicov. He's approaching the center area right now. As we see Nicov go for a castle. That's going to be the second castle for him. He's got 1 down the south. He's got Mangolay coming out. Just don't see how Mangolay are ever going to work. Especially as Valas has already started going for Genoese crossbows. Trebuchet goes down for Nicov. Trebuchets come over from Valas. Should be able to take the castle down without too many issues. It should be able to push Nicov away from goal. Now, this is going to be huge. If Valas is able to push Nicov away from the goal up in the north, Nikov's not really going to have much left to work with, right? Yeah, and he goes on to call the GG. And you know, Nicov was looking actually really good probably 10 minutes ago, and now Valas is actually able to clutch it up and take game number 1. And Valas was not in the best position himself, you know, on the leaderboard. You know, on the table, on the standings, and now it seems to me like he might very well stand a very real chance of taking the series over here. At the very least, game number 1, he was able to take from Nicov, even after the atrocious water engagement that he took earlier. Valas was able to clutch his way into a victory for game number 1. Going for the achievements then. We'll see a better KD for Nicov by a lot. About 5-4. Does it matter? No. Because Valas still had the numbers. He had the momentum. For economy, we see a stronger economy for Valas, collecting about 3,200 extra resources compared to Nicov and for society. We have a stronger society for Valas, who trained about 6 extra villagers, right? For the villager max count over here, but he actually trained about 9 extra villagers total compared to NICOV. He ended up losing 5, NICOV ended up losing 2. Doesn't really matter too much. In the end, it wasn't really so much about the eco damage. It was all about map control, positioning, and momentum. And Valas takes game number 1. And there we go, guys. Game number 2 is here. Welcome, everyone. Cross is going to be the map in question. And for civilizations, we're going to see Lithuanians versus Byzantines. And you were exactly right, Luca. Nikov playing with Lithuanians will have 150 extra food opponents starting the game. 10% fast moving skirm, 10% fast moving spearland units. 1 extra attack on knights and lychai per each relic garrison up to 4 relics, so up to +4 attack, while for the team bonus they're going to have 20% faster working monasteries. Now Valas, on the other hand, with Byzantines will get a myriad of bonuses. From 10, 20, 30, and 40% extra HP in buildings, depending on the age, to 25% cheaper skirm, spear, and camel rider units, all the way through a 33% discount to go out to the Imperial Age, in addition to 25% faster attacking fireland units, and free town watch and town patrol for the Byzantines. The team bonus finally is going to provide the Byzantines also 100% faster healing monk units, and that's going to summarize about both civilizations, right? On the left hand side, and taking a look at the map generation, Nikov has spawned very close to the corner of the map, which is going to be fantastic for him, as now he'll be able to take a look at this. There we are. He's going to be able to secure the pawn by going for walls towards the edge of the map, and there are a few ways he can go about it. He can do this, 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 and this, which would be cheaper. And he will be able to secure not only the water, right, but also the gold, the stone, but no woodlands though. A different approach would be to go for the walls like this instead, which would be a little bit pricier, but he will be able to secure the wood, he will be able to secure this gold as well, and he will be able to secure the berries. Taking a look at the map generation for Valas, we'll see that the red player is also kind of close to the corner of the map. However, the difference when comparing his map generation to NICOV'S is that he is not anywhere near as easily covered by just the wall lines, right? So if he wants to go for the walls, something like this or whatever, down the south there is nothing for him to work with. So he would have to go for something like this if he wanted to take advantage of the wall lines, but at that point, sending the villager that far away and spending the extra resources to get this additional segment of walls, might as well just go for something like this instead, right? From like here to the TC. Regardless though, he does have the goal, the main goal up in the north. The secondary goal is going to be towards the south, and then the other secondary goal is going to be on the left hand side. Stone, we have the main one towards south, the secondary one towards the northwest. That's going to be about it from what I can see. I'm liking NICOV'S map generation so much more. So much more, it's not even close. Love to see the return of the illustrations. Thank you. We've been using these pretty consistently for the last few months, I think. I even added a few new features. I don't know if you saw this, but we have different type of annotations for different types of buildings, and this one we already had from before, right? The tower, the castle, the siege workshop, and the TC. But now that is not a good location for the TC. There's not either, but now we also have the docks. Check this out. Bow. Oh, that is not a dock. Let me try again. Check this out. That is not a dock. Huh. Did I? Hold on. Now I want to get it. Where's the dock? Didn't I? Yeah, I don't know. It seems like I misplaced my docks, and now I cannot use them. Well, I can show them to you anyway. I just don't have the hotkey for it, unfortunately. What? Holy crap. I tried to showcase stuff, and everything starts breaking, falling apart all of a sudden, for some reason. Huh. Anyway, just ignore that. Believe me, there's a dog somewhere. Now I'm curious and I want to start troubleshooting, and that is not ideal. Okay, let me try. Hey! It works! Yes. As we see the red player coming in, I just missed like 5 minutes of in-game time trying to make that work. I don't know why it was not working before, but whatever. Good thing that now it works again. He outposted, yes. NICOV outposted. Down the south over here. And Valas. Valas is going up to the fuel H. He's gotten away with the fast castle. Yeah, we'll see a tower coming out right now for Nico to try and push the village away. This seems honestly a little bit like an over-investment from NICOV in my opinion. He already... Oh man, that is so close. Oh wow. Valas could actually have quick wall the villager over there, but... Yeah, NICOV had already spent some stone going for the outpost. The tower over there is just going to eat away at his stone reserves as well. And Valas is going for the fire galleys anyway. NICOV's going for the fire galleys himself as well. Remember that Valas, they do attack faster. So I think the tower was minimally worth it. I think it was probably just to push Valas' villager away, perhaps. But yeah, trying to get it up with 2 villagers, like there was no need for it. He was never going to get the tower up before the dock came up. So just a single villager. So long as the tower threat exists, then Valas probably baits, right? But yeah, oh my lord, this is so... Yeah, the vultures, just waiting for the villager to come out. Yeah, the villager's going to stay alive over there for Valas. So you could say that it was probably like 46 stone for nothing. Yes. Alright. So I'm trying to figure out why the dock command was not working. I'm going to try once again. We see a dock coming up in the north for NICOV. We see a dock coming up in the south for Valas. And let's see if we can insert the red one. Is that a dock? Yes, that is the dock. Okay. But he loses the villager though. Well, up in the north. It seems the villager went down. Yeah, it seems the villager went down for Valas as well. So he's lost already 2 villagers to 1. That he had quick wall before. And the one from the south. Meanwhile, NICOV on the other hand. Well, NICOV's doing a really good job defending himself over here. He went for a second dock on the left-hand side, so now he's been able to outproduce Valas. So despite the 25%... Oh! Big shot! Despite the 25% faster attacking fire galleys from Valas, NICOV does come out on top. He does clean up Valas' dock over here. Yes, and now he's got a dock in the north. And he spotted Valas going for a sneaky dock over here before Valas was able to even get the dock up, right? So now NICOV should be able to go for his own navy units, and he's gonna be fine. It seems like NICOV's done a really good job keeping an eye on whichever pawns he's decided to go after. And NICOV's in a great spot. Well, the military count might look significantly higher for the Lithuanian player over here. You gotta keep in mind that a lot of that's going to be just on water. Although he does have some scouts, right? But a bunch of that's going to be on water, so maybe there's not quite as one-sided as it seems. At the very least, in terms of effective units he'll be able to make use of. But still, NICOV is looking fantastic. There we are. Villager goes down once again from Valas. Seems like NICOV'S gonna be able to hold on to his dock up in the north as well. And down the south, he's gone for the dock over here, and he's going for a fire galley just in case before going for anything. And you take a look. Oh no, he knew. It's not just in case. This is a very deliberate choice from NICOV. Yeah, Valas is not looking too good. NICOV's gonna be the first player to go up to the castle age while getting a hold of 3 out of 4 pawns. How good is that? It's absolutely fantastic. We have some archers from Valas. NICOV's realized about this in time, so he's getting the quick walls up, and it's gonna be fine. Not a single villager going down from NICOV. Yeah, there we go. The first villager crumbles. You can see a puddle of blood drying up. And yeah, with a fire galley over here, NICOV's going to push Valas away from the south pond. It's gonna be the first player to click up to the castle age, which means by a long shot he's going to be the first player with access to the war galley upgrade. And Valas's map generation, as we were talking about earlier, was not the best for him to get the walls up, so he struggled to close himself down the south and ended up going for a circular wall over here that's going to allow NICOV to actually push the villages away from all the wool lines. Meanwhile, NICOV on the left hand side, he did go for the walls that we were suggesting him to go for in a way that allows him to secure 2 golds, 1 stone, and a full wood line. Yeah, and I just don't see how Valas is ever able to keep up over here, right? He's going up to the castle age at the very least. Valas is a free relic at most. Yeah, I guess so, right? The one over here. And because of the way that he's walled himself and the pressure that NICOV's exerting on Valas' base right now, it's not even a guaranteed relic at this point. NICOV could go and take it, and Valas couldn't do anything about it. Two docks for NICOV up in the north. He should be able to come out on top, and he's going to. So that is 1, 2, 3 pawns for NICOV. At the very least, should be the case. He's not paying attention here, though. This is so well played from Valas. Notice that NICOV was targeting 1 fire galley from Valas, and Valas brought the fire galley behind the dock, so the dock would absorb the damage, and then NICOV wouldn't be able to take a better engagement. So now, yeah, the castle age is here. NICOV's not going for the war galley upgrade though, so it seems like Valas will end up getting a hold of this pawn. Even if it's 2-2, with NICOV getting 2 pawns and Valas getting 2 pawns, the fact that he's got into the castle age earlier, it's going to leave NICOV in a much better position. He's gone for the crossbow upgrade. He's got blocking arrow, and remember, Valas does not have a single safe wood line. So this is a position from which NICOV can extend his lead substantially just by keeping Valas away from resources. Yeah, there we go. The dock went down already from Valas up in the north. Here comes NICOV though, and Valas is realizing about this. NICOV does not have a ballistic, so he cannot really get all the villages down, but he's still gonna try his best to take at the very least a few, and he will get 1. He won't get a single villager. Good unit control from Valas. Absolutely fantastic unit control from Valas. Now NICOV's coming in. Valas is trying to get a TC up, and the TC is almost up, but could result in a few losses still. NICOV's not going to go after it though, just ignores the TC and goes straight into the wood lane. He knows there are villagers over here, and that, guys, this could very well be the end of the road for Valas in game number 2. This could very well be the equalizers. We see the quick walls coming out. Valas manages to buy himself time though, and how does he do it? NICOV, he's going for ballistics. He desperately needs it. But Valas was able to hold on to his villagers over there, despite NICOV's incredible pressure over here. Now the blue player's got only 4 crosses left. You know what? With good unit control, might be able to get the crossbowman down from Valas, but it's pretty difficult, of course, and his remaining crossbows are not going to be too high HP, so Valas is actually going to try and fight this off. Wow. The quick walls though from Valas. Fantastic. Yeah, Nico's just trying to hero snipe some villagers over here. You know what? Might actually be able to do it. It's open up in the north, so you can come in through here. And this is not the best in control for NICOV. He almost saves the crossbows. But yeah, this is still very much open over here. Does he know about it? He doesn't know about it. Now he does. Now he does. Now NICOV knows about the opening. He's coming up. Yeah, and Palace, it's like, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Not having any of this. Calls a GG right there, and NICOV equalizes the series. 1-1, everyone. Game number 3 is going to be the tiebreaker. To see who comes out on top. Once again, Valas in a little bit of a rougher position compared to NICOV in the sense that he's got more losses than wins. NICOV's not played any series right now, or so far, right? This is the first series that he plays, so I would say, yeah, definitely still a little bit rough for Valas. Military, better KD for NICOV, better than 2-1. Economy, better for NICOV. Collecting about 800 extra resources. Society, better for NICOV. Collecting about, or getting, 8 higher villager max count over here compared to Valas. And then in addition to that, we see all the villager losses here from Valas amounted to about 11 compared to NICOV's 2 measly villagers being lost throughout the game. And yes, sir, game number 3 is here. Welcome everyone then to the final game of the series, the tiebreaker. NICOV's won and Valas won himself as well. We're gonna see NICOV playing with the Hindustanis against Valas's Turks. Now you might be surprised about Hindustanis. Why would NICOV ever go for this? Well, believe it or not, from the civilizations he had left on his draft, this is the strongest one that he's got. And of course, this introduction is for the YouTube viewers who do not get to see the draft. But yeah, NICOV did not have any like canonical arena civilizations chosen in his draft. Most of those either had already gotten banned, right? Such as the Bohemians, the Britons, and the Poles had gotten banned, and the Turks obviously were chosen by Valas. So this is what NICOV's got to work with. What will Hindustanis give to NICOV? They will give the Bull player actually 10, 15, 20, 25% cheaper villagers, so economy at the very least is not going to be too hard to get for NICOV. Besides that, he's got 25% faster attacking camel units, +1/+1 gunpowder or armor for gunpowder units, and for the team bonus, 2 bonus damage against buildings from light cavalry, hussar, and camel rider units for NICOV. We're gonna have, in addition to all of that, for the Hindustanis player over here, actually for Valas, let's take a look at the red player civilization before we analyze the map generation. We're gonna see for Valas instead 25% faster attacking gold, what am I talking about? Faster working gold miners, 25% higher HP on gunpowder units in addition to free chemistry, a 50% discount on gunpowder upgrades, as well as the light cavalry and hussar upgrades for free with 1 extra pierce armor. Those units are absolutely fantastic to try and get map control, especially for relic collection. And for the team bonus, we're gonna have for Turks 25% faster training gunpowder units. There we go. So now let's take a look at the map generation. NICOV has got the Mingle on the back. Valas wants to go for Caravanserai. Sounds alright. It'll have to be NICOV though, they want to go for it. The main stone for NICOV's on the back as well, which is good. However, if you take a look at the secondary resources, we have secondary stone outside the walls as you expect it to be. But the secondary stone, secondary gold, sorry, inside the walls for NICOV is going to be so close to the edge of his base, so close to the walls, that if we were to see the red player get some scouting information along the walls over here, right? Kind of like this. He would get vision of the goal, which means, of course, But if we are to see Valas go forward with a castle at some point in time and he wants to be aggressive, he can very well end up going for a castle around here, and by getting vision of the gold over there, he knows that he's going to be able to deny with a single fortification. It doesn't even need to be here. It can be closer or in the middle of the gold and the stone over there, and he will be able to deny this, he will be able to deny this, he will be able to deny this. And of course, he'll be able to also make it very, very difficult for the red player for the blue player to access this or this as well. So because of the way that the gold generated for Valas, that might actually, for NICOV, sorry, that might actually give Valas a much, much better castle location if he is to spot the gold. The red player, on the other hand, he's gonna have the main gold on the back, which is good. And stone is gonna be on the back as well, fantastic. And the secondary gold is going to be forward as well, and it's a very similar situation. This gold is so close that, once again, if we were to see the blue player scout alongside the walls, right, we would see him get vision of this one. So if you were to go for a castle, then going for one castle around this area would allow the blue player to deny 1, 2, 3 resources in this even as well. So it's gonna be rough. That's a little bit too big of a castle, but you get the idea, right? Oh! We had a little bit of a drop over there. Let me just pause. It's gone again. Okay, we should be back up. Do let me know if you have audio though. That is the main thing. I'm actually just going to ask over here myself as well. Do we have audio? Back once more, just kidding. It should be live. We should be live right now. Are we not live? Any sound, anyone? No? No? Huh. So this is game number 3 in this series, right? The last one. And we have one more series to go for after this one. If you want to know what that one is, you can do exclamation mark schedule, because I legit don't remember what the 4th series is going to be. But we took a look at the map generation for both these players. We took a look at the civilizations already, and it's about time for both these guys to already make a play for the relic. So we see the village coming up. The castle is going to be on the way very soon for both these guys. While we wait for the play. Ow! Damn it. This is freaking open. Thermos. Lid is open. I just spilled hot water on myself. Sorry. Now I'm not in the mood anymore of ASMR tea. Let's see. Yeah, actually, exclamation mark schedule is not going to work anymore because I had to reconnect. And the bot's not working. It's a bug. It's a bug with Stream Elements bot. I'm just gonna have to depart from it. For today, anyway. Let me check. Is it working if you do exclamation mark schedule now? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Villages here for Valas. And of course, it's just going to be a fast castle play from both these players. NICOV is going to be the one to go up first, though, from both these guys. Valas going for a market. He's going for a blacksmith over here, so it's going to be a pretty standard play. Interesting to see him go for this as opposed to going for a market stable so that he can start going for scouts. And it seems like Valas is going to try to play for the late game. That is interesting for sure. Do villagers make it faster? Yes. Yeah, the problem for Valas' approach over here, if he's really going to try and just play for the late game over here, to try and play for economy, right, is that NICOV is going after the castle age much earlier, so it's going to have the extra TCs up sooner, and it's going to start pulling a hidden villager count earlier. Interestingly enough, though, NICOV seems like he's going to try and prioritize the relics instead. He knows he's going up faster than Valas, so he's going to try and prioritize the relics. We'll see the monastery come in. And he's prioritizing the monastery over the TC. There we are. I think NICOV should go for 1 TC super push. Late game comp will kill him. Yeah, I'm not really sure what NICOV's plan is over here, but he hasn't sold the stone, so it's quite clear to me that he's thinking of going at the very least for. Oh, that was good in control from NICOV. Well done. Valas tried to prepare a quick trap over there for the bull player. But yeah, what I was saying is that, or was that, NICOV doesn't seem to be giving up on the idea of playing for economy because he has not sold the stone. And as a matter of fact, we see the TC come up now. Down the south. See a castle on the way for Valas. If we take a look at this scouting information though, check this out. He knows about the resources from NICOV, or he knows about the secondary goal over here. So he could, of course, eventually go for a castle over there. Here we are. Castle comes up. Valas. He's actually going to be the one to stick to 1 TC by the looks of it. Wow. And it should be 5 relics to 0. For sure. Here we are, NICOV. Walks away. They want me to inform you if you lose more frames? Well, OBS is letting me know. On paper. But yeah, do say stuff in the chat as well, because sometimes I'm not paying attention to that thing specifically, but I always take a look at the chat. So in short, yeah, feel free to say so in chat. Nice 9 from Valas. As NICOV had gotten away already with 3 relics, it seems like the 4th and 5th relics are going to be a little bit beyond his reach. We see Valas going for a monastery and monks himself. And yeah, it is indeed going to be the case of Valas. It's just going to stick to this, right? It's just going to stick to the 1 TC push, interestingly enough.
Evet.
Here we go. Or a sea trick shop. This seems kind of risky from Valas though. It seems to me like there is no reason why Valas would want to go for this kind of push as opposed to just playing for late game. Well, I mean, I guess technically the camels from the Hindustanis will beat the camels from the Turks, and the cavalry archers could potentially be susceptible, right, to camels if the gap gets closed, but yeah, I don't know, it seems kind of awkward. The Valas feels compelled to go for this kind of push. Here we are. It's coming in. Janissaries and bombard cannons not gonna be easy to kill. Yeah, Janissaries, bombard cannons, cavalry archers, like there are so many choices for the Turks in the late game. And NICOV on the other hand is going to be, for the most part, very unidimensional. So I'm not really sure why Valas decides to go like this, but he's gonna try. He's gonna try and make it work, and here comes NICOV. He's got ballistics already, so Valas gotta be careful. The skirmishers will take down one Janissary per volley, so long as Valas does not micro these units to dodge the shots after they've been... Yeah, just like that, right? After the volley. Well done from NICOV. Damn, the reaction times though! That is what I want to see. But it still seems to be the case that NICOV will come out on top. And Valas, for as good unit control as he's had so far, still ended up losing about 50% of his military or so in this push. And NICOV's gonna be the first player to go up to the Imperial Age with a much stronger economy. There are charmers coming in now for Valas as well. Yeah, and these guys, of course, will be affected by it. He's got the +1/+1 already. Beautiful. Want to see my crumble for NICOV. Conversion's coming in. Well done. An additional Janissary gets converted in Valas. Valas is just trying to save the reserve to go after the Imperial Lich himself, guys. But I don't know about this anymore. He's not going for a single extra military unit because of that. NICOV's gonna be there so soon. NICOV's gonna have enough stone to go for the castle in a moment as well. So it just doesn't seem to me like Valas will be able to hold on over here, right? Here we are. Castle's a GG castle, this one. We'll see. NICOV should be able to get his own castle up very soon. He's got chemistry coming up right away, so we're gonna see bombard cannons, potentially hand cannoneer. Yeah, NICOV's unit control over here has been really good. And NICOV needs to go for the castle right now, and he's going for it. I probably would like for him to go for the castle a little bit further up north, but while he would have been able to protect the economy that he's got over here, the gold miners, the lumberjacks, he would not have been able to protect the economy on the right hand side. I think though, still, going for the castle up in the north would have been better for NICOV. Instead, he's gonna go for a TC right now, but it's taking a while. Because he was collecting stone from the right hand side and he already had the TCs over here, he could have gathered enough to go for yet another castle at a later point in time, but right now, yeah, he's getting the castle up over here in Valas. Valas is gonna be in the Imperial Age in about 25 seconds. NICOV, let's go for the trebuchet or bombard cannons. He's got right now chemistry, so he can go for it. He's going for the siege workshop. Yes, sir. Unfortunately for NICOV, though, he's only going for the siege workshop as Valas already gets to the Imperial Age and thus gets immediate access to bombard cannons. Valas' push is still looking strong. We have a good amount of Janissaries here. But is this going to be enough for him to take this game? Is this what it takes for Valas to take game number 3 and to get a victory against NICOV on his first group stage series? Well, we are going to find out. NICOV's going for his own bombard cannons right now. No trebuchets of any kind. And it's going to be instead Valas the one to go for the trebuchets, so he's going after the castle. This is not how it was meant to be. If NICOV got the castle up earlier and was already in the Imperial Age compared to Valas, he should have been the one trying to trip Valas' castle down, not the other way around. Now NICOV is able to get the trebuchet down at the very least, so he won't lose his own castle. But Valas' castle is a huge, huge sore point around NICOV's economy. Now there's artillery coming in for Valas as well. Yes, sir. And if you take a look at what NICOV's got right now in terms of options, he's going for yet another siege workshop on the back. And he's not going for any trebuchets, just the skirmishers over here. And the skirmishers won't suffice, especially now that we have artillery. Valas can attack from so far back. When a civilization with faster moving cannonballs, it'll be a nice bonus. Civilization with faster moving cannonballs could be very strong. Maybe lower range, could be. How fast, by the way? Fast as a turtle ship? Or even faster than that? Because I think probably an intermediate will be good. Let's see. Like cavalry's coming up now for NICOV. Still holds on to a stronger worker count, but he needs to free the extra gold down the south. It's got about 1800 left. Spanish get faster after ballistics? Are you sure? I know that the Spanish, they get a bonus in which the cannon galleon, they shoot faster projectiles. I don't think it's as fast as a turtle ship though, if I'm not mistaken. And those projectiles get ballistics, but I don't think that's the case for other gunpowder units, right? They get 18% faster attacking gunpowder units in any case. They used to. That was probably not meant to be. I don't know if that would have been fixed already by now. Because it's about to crumble. Valas sees some way too many siege weapons over here for NICOV to hold on against. Gonna repair the castle against all of this firepower as Valas gets another castle up over here. It's going to make it that much harder for NICOV to get access to his extra golds again. Both the secondary golds down in the south from Valas. I certainly, you know, Valas' castle over here are certainly going to remain beyond reach for NICOV, and the Argentinian cannot be too happy about how things are going in the first series for him in TTL here. This Valas, on the other hand, is going to take all the points he can, of course. We'll take a look what the stands start looking like afterwards, but yeah, NICOV in a rough position for sure. And he calls a GG! Yes, sir! Does not want to keep on going anymore. Does not want to keep on trying anymore. He's already been scared for life. Valas says single TC push over here, and while I had my own doubts about Valas' strategy of choice, in the end, he was able to make it work. In the end, he was able to take the series from NICOV. So finally, we'll see a very close to 74 KD ratio for Valas for economy. We're gonna have a stronger economy for NICOV, collecting about 3,000 extra resources, while for society, we do see a bunch of extra villages for NICOV, of course, but it did not matter. Valas was able to get so much value out of his push that it pretty much offset for everything else that NICOV had going for him. As for the standings, this is what we have right now. Let's take a look. Group A. NICOV is last right now, with the only series he's played being a series he's lost. And Valas is actually overtaken Doubt. So he's gone up to second spot. Of course, he's played 4 series, Doubt's played 2. There are 2 series left for Doubt to play that he can still use. There are 3 series for Doubt to play, 1 series for Valas to play. Doubt most likely not still going to end up overtaking Valas. And Winchester, well, Winchester is going to be in a pretty comfortable 4th for the time being. It's got 2 sets left to go. Alright guys, NICOV gets 1 point after the first series. Not the best position for him for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to try and